Hey guys, Starlink Nova here, and I just wanted to talk a little bit today about N64 repros. And one in particular I got was Zelda, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Master Quest, which is a very popular repro that everybody wanted. I had to have this copy because I wanted to have an N64 copy of Master Quest to play on my N64, because as you know, it was never released in America. It was exclusive to Japan, so in the N64 version, we didn't get it until the GameCube came out with the GameCube collection. But hey, it does exist now, and not anything either. It's just an actually nice fancy box done by a guy off of Etsy called Clarky Creations. And so he has the take on this, on the Nintendo logo there. I don't know if you can see it because it's blurry as shit, but yeah. Where the Nintendo logo would be, and look, the official seal of quality, the same thing too. Funny, but pretty cool. And you never know. When I got this, it was even sealed too. I got this a few months ago, but it was even sealed. It's great. But yeah, it's fantastic. I was excited. I was like jumping back into the past, getting a brand new N64 game from a store. Crazy. I mean, he did a lot. There's a lot of detail in this. Let me show you. Let's see if we get to open here without damaging the box. Yeah, this is pretty nice. It's not your standard card either. It's actually a gold color. Looks really fancy. I really like this. It's very nice. Very nice. Love this. This guy did a great job. Pretty great. Really nice. I'm happy. But it didn't even just come with that, it also came with a manual. And oh my god, this is great. Because you know what? If you want to take a jump back into the past, why not go all out, right? And have to have manuals. You don't see this in games anymore, which sucks. Oh my gosh, this is great. Even if it is just the printing of a copy of the Ocarina of Time original. I have no idea because most of my N64 cards that I own, with the exception of two, were all loose. Because, you know, if you grew up in the era of mine in the 90s, N64 games were expensive. Talking anywhere between 60 to 80 bucks depending on the game. I mean, Super NES games were expensive too. I remember a little game called Final Fantasy 3, which was actually Final Fantasy 6, but in the States it was titled Final Fantasy 3 in the Super NES when it came out. That was $80. $80. Freaking crazy. My brother managed to convince our mom back in the day to get that for him. That's just crazy. But thank God they went to they're cheaper nowadays. You think games are expensive now, but you look back then. Crazy. Which is also crazy because that's about what I paid for this reproduction. Now, depending on how much you really want this stuff, you really like Ocarina of Time, Master Quest, or anything like that, or nostalgia goggles, you could say, that's what is really going to convince you to spend like 80 bucks that it cost me to get this. And that's without shipping, which was like 10 bucks. But for me, it was worth it because, you know, taking a trip down memory lane and plus having a physical copy of Ocarina of Time Master Quest. It's just awesome. It's fantastic. Even if it is just because I actually have played through this all the way, so I know it does work. It actually has, I think it's a copy of the GameCube version adapted into the N64, put in a ROM and put it in the cart. Because it has the color coding, you know, if you remember playing the N64 original, it had the color codings for your sword. Your sword icon was the green button, and your action button was the blue button. Well, in the GameCube, when they put it back in the remaster on the GameCube, or they ported it over the GameCube, not really a remaster, it had the color icons colored again for red, because the GameCube button's B button was red, and the action button was green, so the colors were flipped out, they were switched. That's what it's like on this. So yeah, even though it works great on the N64, I'm thinking it's it's definitely the GameCube version just adapted on the N64, put into a ROM and put into a card. But anyways, it's cool. It's just a playable game on your N64. Brings back a lot of memories, and this is fantastic. Clarky Creations did a really good job on this. He has a store on Etsy. I'll make sure I leave a link in the description. Very quality work. I'm excited. This was really good. Was it worth it? Like I said, depends on how much you really are a fan or how much nostalgia you have for getting a physical product for one, because you could easily emulate this for free or get the GameCube version, which is cheaper than what I paid for this, even though it's one of those more rarer kinds. I want to think that's at least $40, anywhere between 40 to 60 bucks if you look online. You can find it cheaper if you find it in a lucky enough to find it in a Goodwill or something. But anyways, I'm thinking the Zelda collection is actually more expensive than that. I'm happy I got that for free back in the day for subscribing to Nintendo Power. Thank God for that. But yeah, anyways, back on topic. This to me was worth it, spending close to 90 bucks including shipping, because just having a physical product of this, it's fantastic. You did a great job too. I mean, opening this up, you could smell that new smell. There's like still little remnants of it in there. I love this thing. But yeah, this is gonna go right in my collection of my only other two boxed N64 games, even though this is a repro. You know, my only other two boxed N64 games was Perfect Dark and Majora's Mask. So having a physical box of this, Zelda, one of my favorite games, that's the Master Quest version still, it's exciting, made me happy. But anyways, guys, that was just my 2 cents. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.